Alright, hello, this is Jeff again on my YouTube channel. To all, 78 subscribers? 78, wow. Anyway, today is kind of going to be a little bit different video. As you're looking at it, this is a strange looking weird doll that I purchased from a lady and her husband that lives back east. And I came across this doll actually in a YouTube about haunted things and places, and this woman in one of her comments described a supposed haunted doll that she owned, that bought from an estate sale where the previous owner has died. So after exchanging a number of emails with her and her husband over the past couple of months, they finally gave me a picture of what it looks like. And I was very much intrigued about the doll itself. It's not because I'm a weirdo or anything like that, don't get me wrong. I am a bit of an eccentric personality and slightly superstitious because of my many narrow escapes from certain doom in the military, over in the war, in various car races and crashes. I was a little bit superstitious, and also I've seen ghosts before. Yeah, I know some of us are kind of like, they don't exist, you know, and I'm kind of an atheist myself, or what Nicholas calls geez, I forgot what the hell he called me. He said something. He says he kind of sort of believe in God or whatever. But anyway. So this doll, I exchanged a number of emails to this woman and her husband, and they sent me a picture of it after trying to get their attention for a long time. And I asked them if they were willing to sell her, and they said they weren't really selling her just yet because, you know, these people, they make their living on buying stuff from estate sales, and then they auction them off or sell them off. So I asked the story about this particular weirdo doll, and the story goes is it was made sometime in the early 60s. It was actually a play toy porcelain doll. The dress and everything else was different. The hair was different. And a young girl, what I was told, a young little rich girl actually owned it, who lived, I think, in, what'd she say, I think Maine. And she had the doll for a number of years, and the doll was, you know, had cracks and breaks in it because it's a porcelain doll. You don't get too rough with them, but apparently she did. And the doll sat for a couple of years or so before they sold it at a yard sale, and these other people bought the doll and went out and had it fixed, because you can actually fix the porcelain. I believed after I looked at it more closely, she actually had some cleaned up cracks, I think, by the legs. I'm not about ready to pull her out of the damn case and show you guys, but she actually had some cracks that were fixed. You can actually really see the faint crack lines in it. So they fixed the doll, and the other daughter proceeded to play with it for a couple years. And the first daughter claimed there was ghosts in the house. She claimed that the doll was found in different rooms at different times in those first few years in the early 60s and mid 60s. They also complained about they heard a lot of like pounding sounds on the walls at nighttime or on the ceiling. The lady told me that the doll was found in a number of different rooms and closets, and it was actually up in the attic once. And the little girl, you know, the mother would say, you know, what the hell are you doing with your doll? And it's like, you know, I didn't put it there, Mom, that kind of thing. So that's where the first rumors of hauntings came, from this doll. And the second people that bought it at the yard sale, the daughter also claimed that she would hear sounds and see shadow people. and also claimed that the doll moved around the room or around the house or something like that. She never personally saw it, but she claimed that she saw ghosts and had mysterious soundings and beatings and, you know, walking sounds or whatever. So the doll pretty much went into the garage, and where it sat for a few more years in the mid-70s before it was sold again at another yard sale, and another woman and with her husband with their 3 children picked up the doll, and the older daughter continued to play with the doll. But the only haunting she ever said had ever happened was the brother apparently had the doll, was doing something with it, was playing with the GI Joes, and he was pretty much abusing the doll. And like the young girl would say, is her brother always broke her dolls and stuff. That kind of like Crazy Toy Story, if you guys remember it. And apparently the kid had the doll in his hand with his GI Joe, and tripped down the 2-story steps, fell down the stairs, and broke both his legs. I was told the kid was a 9-year-old kid, and both his legs are broken. And they explained that he was just tripping. The girl blamed the doll. So the doll sat for a long, long time in the closet before it went to an estate sale from an older woman and her husband, and apparently took the doll with a bunch of other dolls. They had a doll collection where she actually started restoring dolls. So she creeped out this doll. She fixed the porcelain on it. They gave it the creepy face with paint. Gave her different hair. The hair is actually glued onto the scalp when I looked at it really closely. Originally said that the hair, it originally had brown hair. Now it's got black. It's got the bows in it and everything like that, and the dress and all the weirdness. The lady at the estate sale, she was, of course, kind of weird and superstitious when I was told by the previous owner when I bought her. It said that Helena, which is the name of the doll that was given by the first owner's daughter, she claimed that the doll would move around or do some sort of weird haunting stuff or whatever. I mean, the impression was the lady was kind of a kook anyway, you know, so I don't know. You can believe weird shit if you want to, but... So it went to the current owner sometime in the late 80s after the doll sat for many years. And she pretty much kept it in a collection of other stuff that was bought from the estate sale from the lady that died. She claimed that she never heard or seen ghosts in her house or her husband, and they have no kids of their own. But she did claim that she would hear upstairs, you know, something walking around upstairs in the middle of the night. They had a bedroom downstairs, and the upstairs is mostly a guest room for visiting family and stuff like that, and claimed that they heard walking around, you know, doing this kind of thing. So she kept this doll for a long time, and she sold off a lot of other stuff, but kept the doll itself. And she was not superstitious, but, you know, she says, you may never know, because she heard a lot of weirdo stuff that was going on with this doll. So after many months of talking to this lady, and I was very interested in wanting to purchase this doll. I mean, I don't collect dolls, you know. I got heavy metal posters, I got old cars and old toys from way back in the day, old bicycles, guitars, you know, stuff like that, right? You know, old movies, records. But I was really intrigued with the story of the doll, of Helena herself. And then I made an offer, and she didn't originally take the offer, but just recently she decided, you know what, since we're exchanging emails and talking a lot, you're talking with my husband, I'm going to sell Helena to you. So the lady, was very gracious, and I bought the doll and had her shipped. But at the same time, she suggested I would buy a glass case for it. It's something about it doesn't like to be, you know, out, you know, with dust and everything or whatever, or whatever wacko kind of ghost story stuff or whatever. So I went and spent quite a bit of money on buying Helena up, and I bought this case, which everything came. She came yesterday, and the case came today. So I took her out of the box and put her in her case and put her on the table. So, my roommate who lives here, you remember us in the videos, the two grumpy old guys? He claimed last night, that after he went to sleep and I was in my room about 50 feet away, he heard scratching at the cardboard or something like that. And I'm like, dude, really? Maybe it was just the cat. Well, the cat, of course, wouldn't go near the doll. I actually tried putting my cat, which you guys seen in a lot of the other videos, right where the doll's case is, and he would just turn around and jump off the table. He just didn't want to go near it, and he stayed away from it. So I don't know if it's actually haunting or doing weird stuff, but we're going to find out, and I'm going to keep these videos open in case anything kind of weird happens. So here you are at another Jeff Blackie production, which is this damn thing shaking, of this weird, creepy, haunted doll. Allegedly haunted doll. So enjoy. I'm going to post it and enjoy, and I'll keep you guys tuned. I mean, I don't know.